Zillion left side hitters and how they run their offensive routes on the left, and she picked it up in no time.
2016 was the first time she played outside hitter, and then they moved her anyway as things went around. And so it's really been incredible how she has just dominated. Plummer putting this ball over. A free ball opportunity for Colorado. DeLuzio goes to Shebby.
Wow. Frankie Shebby turns the ball down the line. Catherine Plummer gives her a little window, and she takes it.
Outside to Plummer. She hits such a heavy ball.
She does. I like where Colorado, they're standing in good spots. They're touching a lot of balls. That one just did not get lifted enough to transition.
Kate Formico, a freshman defensive specialist for Stanford, serving now. Carter Samuels in her first year as libero for Colorado.
Tammy Alade again in the middle. This time a little finesse shot. She went a little bit high with that, but able to get it to drop. Gabby Carter Samuels, the libero, flew in there.
Alade 15 kills. Stanford has 12 blocks for the match.
Unfortunate break for Colorado. Frankie Shebby trying to be aggressive and take that ball because she wants Brenda DeLuzio to set and not take the first contact.
Stanford's blocking really has come alive. Let's take a look at the end of that play.
If you're the setter, Brenda DeLuzio, you let Frankie Shebby take it so you can run the offense, and that's what Frankie Shebby told Brenda DeLuzio at the end of that rally.
5 blocks for Stanford in the third set. They have 12 total now. And of course, this is just the opening weekend of Pac-12 play. This is the beginning of your day. Thanks for joining us for breakfast here on Pac-12 Network. Coming up next, it is going to be Washington versus Arizona State as we get a good look at all the teams around the conference. Holly, what teams stand out to you so far this year?
I like what Washington's doing. There's just so much talent top to bottom. Utah's been really impressive. I haven't been able to watch Arizona yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing them soon, as well as Arizona State. UCLA, I liked what they did. Their defense, their ball control in the win over Oregon was impressive. And then you've got Stanford, obviously.
And when Oregon is playing well, their right side hitters are incredibly potent.
I love Oregon's team. I think they've got so much talent. They just need to figure out how they can better handle adversity. When the going gets tough, they need to shift gears.
Plenty of great Pac-12 volleyball presented by Tashikara going on today across the conference. Washington and Arizona State next, so don't go anywhere. Jocelyn Hayes takes a good swing, but it is out.
Jocelyn Hayes flew in there. Tried to turn it down the line. I didn't see a touch.
Outside again. And that's why she tried to turn it down the line, because trying to go through is not going to happen.
Catherine Plummer sets up a big block, number 2, and then Tammy Alade closing it well for Stanford. Colorado's turn to put some points on the board.
Colorado entered the top 25 this week after their win over Colorado State. They played Utah tough the other day, came up in the short end of Beth Lanier's powerful Utes. Plummer gets a big block back at her from Abu and Smith.
No surprises there for Colorado. they knew that ball was going to Catherine Plummer, and they set up their block accordingly.
Stephanie Shadley serving for Colorado. If the Buffs are going to make a push, here's where it needs to be. Stanford 2-point lead. Another nice block from Smith and Abu. Yeah, you go to Smith because she has been hot. Kill number 19 for Alexis Smith.
Not only is Alexis Smith doing a great job swinging offensively, she's doing a solid job blocking on the left side, slowing Catherine Plummer down.
Yeah, she's almost got a double-double. She's got 9 digs as well. Alexis Smith has taken 60 swings. That's a 6 and a 0. 60 swings today.
That's a lot, but she doesn't look like she's tired at all.
No.
She's energized by the fact that they're right in this match. I think Colorado would like to close it out in this set if they could.
Oh, they absolutely would, and it doesn't get any easier for anyone along the way here. For Colorado, they're going to face Oregon State, and then Oregon, they're going to host them here at home. For Stanford, they have a Wednesday match against Arizona State. You'll be calling that one. What do you think is on tap of that one?
Well, I haven't seen Arizona State yet. I have to start doing my research, but I feel like Stanford will be at home, and, they could be back in the lineup. Kevin Hamley said, you know what, we were just figuring it out. Last week we were starting to feel like, hey, this is the lineup we want. We're moving well together. And then they had this bump in the road with the Fitzmaurice back spasms this morning.
Yeah, for Stanford, 13 of their first 17 matches have been on the road. All of their wins have been sweeps. If they win today, obviously that's not going to be the case. It has been a tough start to the season. Catherine Plummer, we know, was ill against Penn State. They lost twice this season, both times to Penn State, and then they had Adriana Fitzmaurice. So facing adversity early for the NCAA defending champions. McClure is dug. And here's Alexis Smith. Huge block, and so she changes it up.
Right now, Stanford's got 3 hitters in the front row. Catherine Plummer, Megan McClure, and Tammy Alade. Megan McClure would be your third option. So Stanford needs to pass the ball to get Tammy Alade or Catherine Plummer involved in this next play.
And they go to McClure because that's where the pass demanded it. Smith uses the block.
Pass is so important. That first contact dictating what Stanford's able to run offensively.
Kevin Hamley calls a timeout, and with good reason. Colorado up by 1, leading 2-1.
Every time Colorado gets an opportunity, they capitalize, especially in the last part of the set. Alexis Smith challenging this huge block of Plummer and Alade, using the blocker's hands out of bounds.
She knew exactly how she wanted to turn it. The Coors Event Center has been the site of many upsets. Last year, Colorado took down Penn State and Illinois pre-conference season here in the Coors Event Center. The season before, in 2015, they took down then the 6th-ranked Stanford Cardinal. We remember the year before that, I believe it was, Washington came in here ranked number 1 in the country. Colorado handed them a loss here in Boulder.
You have a great memory. All I know is that a lot of upsets happen in this building. I just remember every year there's something going on. Nobody likes to come on this road trip.
The mountain road trip is tough. And in addition, you're getting on a plane between trips when you're doing it. Stanford is not doing that on this trip. They're only playing Colorado right now. They don't see Utah until late November. Stephanie Shadley serving. 3 hitters up front for Colorado. Jocelyn Hayes, Alexis Smith, and Nageti Abu. Catherine Plummer in the front court. Dead silent as Shadley serves. And a net violation for Stanford.
Wow. Stanford trying to get Plummer or Alade the ball. The connection wasn't there. Alade hitting the net, trying to save that ball with her left hand.
Do you find Plummer no matter what here?
I think so.
And again, the pass was not ideal. Abu! Closed by Alade.
Colorado had Stanford on the ropes. Alade in transition. Huge block to save that point. And Moretta Lutz back in for Stanford in the front row.
Question there about DeLuzio. She knew she had Alade right in front of her. She had Jocelyn Hayes, who's been hot, behind her. Did not make that choice.
Everybody on the Colorado side of the net asking for a touch. Jessie Mahoney out of challenges.
Colorado out of challenges, and so they are going to play on. As you take a look, but now we're back in live game action. And oh no, taking down the net with her is McClure.
Not sure if there was contact under the net.
Coors Event Center is quiet as Megan McClure, the freshman, is talking with their team's medical staff. Yes, the left foot of McClure coming down, contacting Hayes.
She has a big ankle brace on that left ankle already.
In comes Caitlin Keefe, number 20 for Stanford, the sister of Michaela Keefe, the Pacific Palisades, California. Colorado, match point number 1. Outside to Lutz. Tied up, 24 apiece.
You don't see Moretta Lutz hit a lot of high balls on the left side, but she shows she's versatile. Gets a clutch side out for Stanford, tying it up.
Catherine Plummer backcourt, still an offensive option. Pass is good. Alexis Smith, quick. The block waiting. Great recovery by Chevy. DeLuzio quickly to Smith. Perfectly placed.
Fantastic defense on both sides of the net. Alexa Smith making such good decisions, putting Stanford in trouble.
Match point number 2 for Colorado. Set 3 went to extra points as well. Can the Buffs put it away? Plummer unloads, tied up again.
Out of the back row, Catherine Plummer finding a way right in the corner.
Up front, you've got Michaela Keefe and Moretta Lutz, both not in their usual spots. Well, Michaela Keefe not usually playing this much. Chevy keeps it in. Lutz connected.
Not a clean connection, but a connection, and Moretta Lutz is long, able to find the floor for Stanford.
Colorado taking a timeout as it is Stanford set point.
This is a big play right here for Colorado, because if they can side out this ball, they're going to be looking at a team with players who aren't used to passing the ball for Stanford, and that will put Colorado at an advantage. Here you see Moretta Lutz in transition, using her length for the kill.
Stanford having a tough situation with Adriana Fitzmaurice out, then having Megan McClure. Go down with an ankle injury. Coming up next, 7th-ranked Washington Huskies will face Arizona State, presented by Tashi Kara. But first, we need to finish here in the Coors Event Center, where 4th-ranked Stanford and 25th-ranked Colorado have been in a battle. Right now, Stanford set point. Colorado leads the match 2-1. And serving for the first time today is Caitlin Keefe.
Colorado in a 2-hitter rotation. And this has given them fits, but Alexa Smith is the hot hitter, and she's still in the front row.
Smith has 22 kills for the Buffs. Stanford also in the 2-hitter rotation, yes? So
correct.
Carter Samuels passes the first ball. Shebby from the backcourt. Fired up for the Buffs.
Frankie Shebby is so confident with her back row attack, and she's been very efficient from the back row. Starts with a pretty good pass, and to have that option is nice for Colorado.
This is what the Pac-12 is all about. You think you know? You don't know. Everybody, every weekend, has to battle for their lives. Outside. Shebby again. Hence flying in to save it. Shebby again, but Plummer's waiting right there. She is always on point defensively.
There you see Moretta Letts, Stanford using her in transition, and she's able to end that rally for Stanford.
You can't tip the ball to Catherine Plummer. Set point for Stanford. Shebby, set me back. For the set. The block, though, as Colorado extends it again.
Brenna DeLuzio and Anna Pfefferly. Timely block for Colorado on the right. Michaela Keefe struggling to put the ball away on the left side. We're in a 2-hitter rotation for Stanford. Caitlin Keefe, Michaela Keefe, and Morgan Hentz are passing.
Yeah, Catherine Plummer out of the rotation right now in terms of passing. They're hiding her behind. You go at the Keefes. Second effort by Alade.
The energy by Tammy Alade is impressive, especially with so much pressure at this time in the match.
Set point number 3 for Stanford. Third set was won 29-27 Colorado's way. Here's Jenna Gray. Shebby closed out on the block, and Stanford takes set number 4.
This should be a good one. 5th set, I mean, back and forth. The last 2 sets have been incredible till the end.
5th set goes fast. It's shorter, it's faster, and more intense. Pressure on Stanford and Colorado.
Saturday night, tune to Pac-12 Network for a comprehensive wrap-up of the day's gridiron action. On Pac-12 Final Score, Mike Yam and a revolving panel of experts.
Best of the best of Week 8.
Highlight all the big plays, big hits, and big upsets.
Over the middle, touchdown!
From the biggest college football day of the week.
All he does is score touchdowns.
Pac-12 Final Score, every Saturday night on Pac-12 Network.
My name is Lily Serafin, and I'm the CEO of Home Care Assistance. We're the largest consumer health company providing aging services, which means that we deploy innovative products and services to the home to help older adults live safely and independently in the comfort of home. My path to success really started with my experience as a Stanford student. I had the opportunity to reimagine the world around me, which I think is very representative of Stanford. That whole idea that you don't just have to create a path on pathways that have already been established, you can really make your own mark in the world, including creating entirely new markets and industries. I think that my Stanford experience in all of those ways has really influenced who I've become. My name is Lily Serafin. I'm a proud graduate of Stanford's class of 2003. Go Card!
With Pac-12 Now, you've got 24/7 access to all 7 Pac-12 Network's channels.
Left footer on the goal!
Live events.
Touchdown, Washington!
Original programming on demand.
Mike Ashley, I'm back with you in our San Francisco studios.
With the ability to customize what you want to watch wherever you want to watch it. Set your teams, set your sports, and you're all set. Pac-12 Now. Download today.
Welcome back to the Coors Event Center. If you have not been with us, where have you been? It is 5th set coming up, top 25 matchup, Colorado and Stanford. Let's take a look at the numbers, Holly.
It has been a dogfight, especially the last couple of sets. Stanford hitting 242 compared to Colorado's 156. But Stanford came up big at the end of that 4th set with some timely blocks, even after the injury to Megan McClure.
Yeah, it has been something back and forth for McClure. Holly, just break it down what happened towards the end of that 4th set.
I felt like Colorado was right there, had some good chances to swing, but Frankie Shebby came to the front row, couple big blocks for Stanford, and that was it. It was just a 2-point switch.
Right, and for McClure, she came down connecting with Jocelyn Hayes under the net, turned an ankle, it appears.
Megan McClure was blocking, Jocelyn Hayes attacking, and Megan McClure turned her left ankle badly, but she's an important part of she's back on the court. Oh my gosh.
That's a big moment too, so we'll see. Are they going to target her and have her
She's got
receive a lot of the balls?
Active ankles, yeah, probably, but for her to play, that's impressive.
Opening weekend of Pac-12 play, and you are no games, no matches off in this conference. First ball down by Stanford.
Tammy Alade with her 17th kill out of the middle. Stanford going to her often, especially in transition.
Jenna Gray serving. Sets 3 and 4 went to extra points. Running Abu in the middle.
Whenever we call Abu's number, it's a good thing. She's got 7 kills on only 12 swings. Again, Colorado could get her the ball more, really help those pin hitters.
Hence handles the first ball. Plummer. Haight.
Good out of system swing. Look at Catherine Plummer get her feet to that ball, find a way to get a kill on the left side.
Jenna Gray has been checking the floor repeatedly. She's the one who's moving all around setting.
It's interesting. I didn't know if they'd leave Megan McClure in the front row, but she must be feeling okay. Maybe just a scary moment.
Pass is on back to Hayes. Takes a set that's a little inside and makes it work.
14 kills for Jocelyn Hayes. Lighten it up on the right side.
And here comes Justine Spann in to serve for Colorado. Gray to Alade, somehow making it work. Plummer, every chance you get.
You don't want to rely on her too much, but it's nice to have her as an outlet. Last 2 kills for Stanford have been her, one on the left, one on the right.
15 kills, 19 digs for Catherine Plummer on a day she's coughing and coughing and coughing. playing out of position. She's just outstanding, as is Jocelyn Hayes. 15 kills for her as well.
So impressed with Jocelyn Hayes. But look at Brenda DeLuzio pushing that ball with pace to the right side, putting her hitter in a good spot to kill that ball.
Rachel Whipple's serve, passed by Formico. Ba-bang!
That's one of the things I loved about watching Moretta Lutz in the middle. She was so tough to stop, just with her range, the places that she can attack the court from the middle. It's hard to match up with her.
Catherine Plummer serving. They have used her in the backcourt, it seems, in every rotation as well, or every time she hits back there. Chases that down, but unable to make it playable.
Anna Pfefferly, that's only her third kill. Brenda DeLuzio confident going with her at this point in the match.
Going again to Lutz, and they have found a rhythm.
I think Jenna Gray realizing how important it is to use Moretta Lutz. She is tough to stop in the middle. They haven't had the reps together, but maybe getting more confident at this point.
Michaela Keith and Lutz up front for Stanford, along with Jenna Gray. Catherine Plummer, an option from the backcourt right side. Settable ball.
Michaela Keith finds some space down the line. Sixth kill for her, but Megan McClure stepping right back in after that ankle roll, digging a big ball.
Megan McClure about to have a double-double, by the way. If she gets another kill, she's already got 14 digs. She has 9 kills. Look at the way Jenna Gray handles that ball, put it 2 hence.
Moretta Lutz is, I got this,
Yeah,
I got this.
I thought the
Jenna's
same
like,
thing.
hey, I want to kill.
I thought the same thing. 6 foot versus 6'8", 6'7". I'll take it. Stanford with a 3-point lead in set number 5.
Champions are crafted in the laws of science.
The collective combination
of attraction, research, and pure compounds.
Now gets rid of it, downfield, caught!
is discovery of the game.
Changing and inventing.
Smart playmaking on campus and on the road.
Great cutback, can they catch it?
Excellence, innovation, and pushing all limits.
We call it Pac-12 team chemistry.
And it makes us who we are.
On the field, on the court, defining excellence, creating champions. Under head coach Tara Vanderveer, in 1990, Stanford women's basketball won their first ever national title, setting the standard for excellence that continues today. Unmatched, beyond compare, in the lead, the Pac-12, the first conference to reach 500 national championships.
Pac-12 volleyball presented by Tashikara in the Coors Event Center, set number 5. Stanford, 4th ranked team in the nation, leading 25th ranked Colorado by 3. Megan McClure left the 4th set after colliding with Jocelyn Hayes, playing in the 5th now. Ankle braces on. They were already on before her departure. Alexis Smith, 23 kills.
Colorado has been so effective out of the back row. We saw a lot of Frankie Chevy, but they spread their hitters wide and then open up with that back row attack. Another kill out of the back row.
Alexis Smith's career high is 25 versus Colorado State. Pfefferly serving. Lutz, that's where she feels at home.
McClure has been solid, especially in serve receive. I love the way she passes the ball as teams switch side, and then Moretta Lutz on the right side going high and down for Stanford.
Stanford team locked in, as is Colorado. Had smiles on their faces all day, and that athlete, Alexis Smith, transferred here to Colorado last season. She came from Purdue and has been a 6 rotation player ever since. Alexa Smith, originally from Colorado Springs, wanted to be back home. She had 19 kills versus Illinois, 25 kills versus Colorado State. She has 23 so far today.
And Coach Jessie Mahoney says she's much more consistent this year. She's always been good, but just all-around consistency in her game.
Service error after the side switch. Keep in mind, of course, that fifth set is short. It's only to 15. Colorado likes this rotation. Bruna DeLuzio setting from the back court. Abu, Hayes, and Shebby up front. Michaela Keefe over the block.
Out of system, little tweak in the pass. Michaela Keefe's able to find that corner for Stanford in their 9th point.
Catherine Plummer back up front. The ABCA National Freshman of the Year, number 2 in black. Last season won that award, and ABCA First Team All-American. Stanford point.
Jocelyn Hayes trying to swing fast off the hands, just didn't find any hands first.
Kevin Hamley, coaching in the Pac-12 in his first season as head coach of the Stanford Cardinal, said the Big Ten was brute force, Pac-12 is finesse and strength. Back to Shebby.
Jenna Gray just running some balls down in transition, putting that ball up for Catherine Plummer. Stanford with a comfortable lead. Jocelyn Hayes just a little late getting there. You see her laning, and that allows her to get fooled.
Yep, and Catherine Plummer knows how to use a block. Kevin Hamley took a moment to speak with Tammy Alade. Afterwards, meanwhile, Jessie Mahoney and the Colorado Buffaloes in a battle. They lost to Utah Friday night, and so for them to split the first weekend would be helpful to them. For Stanford to pick up 2 conference wins, that's great in a conference as competitive as this.
We talk about it all the time. Pac-12, there's no nights off, and everybody knows that this Colorado trip is difficult. Stanford hoping to get away and escape Colorado with a victory.
Coming up next, Washington and Arizona State. More volleyball presented by Tashikara. Washington, the 7th ranked team in the nation. Courtney Schwann, Chrissy Jones, plenty of stars on the Huskies team. Jenna Gray serving, Stanford and Colorado, 5th set. Back to Shebby.
Frankie Shebby nailed the pass that time, and then from the right side, one blocker in front of her elevates for the Colorado kill.
Shadley serving. Out to Plummer. Right through the seam.
Heavy ball through the seam. Stanford focused on their side-out game. Starts with a good pass and then a little space between the blockers. Catherine Plummer powers it through.
Outside to Alexa Smith. Back again to Hayes. Looking for that back court. Here comes McClure. Tip, pancaked up, but sent over wide. Colorado point.
Stanford fought off 2 match points in that last fourth set. That was a big deal, and now here they are up in the 5th.
Gabby Carter-Samuels serving. Back to Plummer. It's tight. She goes down the line. Looking like she's on the sand. Laid out is Hentz.
Unfortunately, Formico did not have a clean route to run that ball down because Morgan Hentz was on the ground and Megan McClure was setting up for her approach.
Timeout taken. It's a 3-point game. And what do you do in that situation? I mean, for McClure, she just needs to recognize that Hentz is laid out.
Exactly, and that Formico, or there was no player who could really get around that ball.
Should Hentz be yelling at McClure to take that ball?
I think she was yelling help.
She was trying to recover too. I mean, not seeing where everybody's coming from. Kevin Hambley's introduction to the Pac-12 this weekend, to Pac-12 conference play. Stanford comes into this match with just 2 losses on the year. Both of them are to Penn State.
Well, this has been a rough introduction to coming here to Colorado on the road. You know, he had Adriana Fitzmaurice go with her back spasms. He's had to shift his rotation on the fly. And he has a hot Colorado team fired up. They are playing fantastic against his Stanford team.
He remembers well, though, last year coming here with Illinois, suffering a loss in the Coors Event Center. As I think he suffered 2 losses, actually. Stanford and Colorado beat Illinois last year here in the Coors Event Center, so it was rough for Illinois.
If you can't beat him, join him.
Maybe so.
Pac-12.
There you go. Stanford did get a win over Illinois this year, though, and Hambley went back there. Pfefferly with a block out of the timeout.
1-on-1. Tammy Alati has had a lot of success out of the middle this time. Anna Pfefferly all over that.
Back to Plummer. Power.
Ouch. Heavy ball right at the head of Brenna DeLuzio by Catherine Plummer. Actually got her a little bit lower, thank goodness.
Back to Hayes. Dug perfectly by Formico. And now McClure off the block puts Stanford at match point.
Great dig by Formico, and then Jenna Gray running those balls down. McClure, clutch swing for Stanford.
First match point for Stanford. Stanford fought off 2 Colorado match points in set number 4. Shebby, not done yet. Free ball opportunity for the Buffs. DeLuzio goes back to Hayes.
Colorado still alive. Rachel Whipple. She's been doing a good job from the service line and playing some solid defense for Colorado.
It remains match point for the Cardinal. Back to Plummer. Go to your ABCA National Freshman of the Year. She goes a little long on that one. Sets 3 and 4 went to extra points between these 2 teams.
I would have gone to Moretta Lutz in the middle. It's a perfect pass.
Here's your opportunity for Lutz. And Stanford takes down 25th ranked Colorado in an intense match.
A dogfight. Colorado played at a very high level. I like what I'm seeing from them. I like freshman Brenna DeLuzio. The pin hitters were fantastic. Lots of good things on the Colorado side of the net.
Pac-12 volleyball presented by Tasha Kara does not disappoint. Stanford over Colorado, a top 25 battle. It went the full 5 sets and then some. Extra points in sets 3 and 4. Washington and Arizona State coming up next. For my partner Holly McPeak, I'm Anne-Marie Anderson. For our fabulous crew saying so long from Boulder, where it is tough to get a win.